Hi guys, you're welcome to another episode of 100% Joy series. Today, I'm a bit blue and my heart is a bit heavy because of what I want to talk about. But it's a conversation that is worth having and we should be having. Mental health is real and suicides are also real. When I wrote my first book in 2017, I remember there's a chapter I wrote about, connecting with your life's purpose, and one of the things that makes people, think of taking their own lives is because they wake up and feel unmotivated or feel that, there's nothing to life for them. Life was about to teach me that it was way more than that. So fast forward last year, 2021, April, I was lying down on my bed. I was going through a lot at that time in my life, and it was noon and my son was sleeping next to me on the bed, and I kept nursing these thoughts about everything I was dealing with and how I was feeling, and it kept creeping in, and apparently I'd been dealing with depression for a while. And the next thing I thought to myself was, you know what, why don't I just end it all? What's the point of all this? Why don't I just end it all? And I looked at my son. You see, this is the crazy part. So I wasn't just thinking about ending my own life. I looked at my son. I said, "Oh, if I leave him, who's going to take care of him? I don't want him to just stay here and then nobody gets to take care of him. So maybe I should just take him along with me and then we can just go together." Crazy, right? Yes. Even thinking about it now, it is crazy. But you see, those were the thoughts that were going through my head. And I pulled the drawer beside my bed. I was trying to bring out all the meds that I had in it, and then my phone rings. Some lady who's my client and I was doing some work for calls me up, and I was like, oh, okay, let me pick up this call and probably, just close whatever work we're doing, just finish up work with her and all that, have some closure with the work, and then, get back to what I was doing. And the moment I picked up the phone and she said, hello, I just busted into tears. I cried profusely for like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and she'd let me. But she was shocked because this is me who everyone else comes to for strength or to talk to or to counsel or to coach or something. And then this is me breaking down. So yes, it goes with what I say, that even coaches need coaching, even therapists need therapy, And I stopped crying, and then she says, what is it? And I said, I'm just tired, Anyway, fast forward, we're able to have a conversation. A few hours later, I was able to see the folly in my decision. Thank God. I was lucky enough to come back to my senses and do what was right and make sure that I put things in place, never to find myself in that situation again. But one of the things it taught me is the fact that mental health issues are real. Stress is real. People are dealing with a lot. People are dealing with so much. And it takes, there's a thin line between being able to make rational decisions and just making crazy decisions that can actually end your life or be catastrophic. It's a very thin line, and every day a lot of people walk that line. Now, what is making me go into all this? So recently, Stephen Boss, who is a DJ on Ellen DeGeneres' show, also called DJ Twitch, ended his own life at 40. Now, a few months ago, some lady DSS lady, was on the social media, who got engaged and had issues with her fiance, also jumped off a bridge in the city of Lagos. Now, last year, I know that I read up about some, influencer on Twitter who also tweeted and then ended his own life. Now, suicide is real and is happening in our society today. People are seeing it as an option out of a life that they cannot handle, or out of emotions that they cannot deal with, or out of situations that they are tired of being in. And it's happening every single day. When we come back, let's look at some of the things that pressure people into seeing suicide as an option and how to deal with them. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Hi guys, welcome back. Now, before we go on, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and also turn on your notifications so that you know when another interesting episode comes up. And I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, even talk about the stuff you want to hear about. I'd really love to hear from you. Okay, now that done, let's get back to our conversation for today. Now, what are the things that pressure people into seeing suicide as an option? Life can be hard. Life is roses and thorns. It is never a smooth ride because we always have to go through the down times and then also the good times. Now the down times, when they happen, our perspective to them now determines the road that we travel. When we see the challenges that we're going through as setbacks, as the end of the world, as the end of the journey, as, oh no, this is swallowing me up, this is overwhelming me, it begins to build all sorts of negative emotions within us. It leads to depression, it leads to anxiety, we become stressed, we start thinking all sorts of negative thoughts. And those thoughts, funny enough, have a way of growing and taking root. And then everything you see around you, everything people say, everything that happens, you have a way of interpreting it to mean that it has something to do with you not, being needed here anymore, being relevant, or, you start looking at, what's the point? Why am I living? Why am I even alive? What am I doing here? And then these thoughts keep building until you get to a point where it starts suggesting, don't you think you should end it, or won't it be easier? And trust me, when those thoughts come, it always feels like it's the easy way out. It feels like this is the perfect solution. When the suicidal thoughts come, when you get to that point where you go like, maybe I should end it all, you feel this very brief relief, very negative brief relief, that you think that, yes, this is the right thing to do. And it's crazy. But you see, one of the things we shouldn't do is let ourselves get to that point where we start nursing these feelings, letting them stay, letting them take root, and letting them start deciding the emotions we feel, or the thoughts that we have in our heads. You need to get to a point where your perspective about your life situations change. You need to see them as stepping stones. Pains are teachers. They're teaching us something. Every pain you go through is teaching you something. It's trying to prepare you. It's trying to grow you into a better version of yourself, into the next level of your life, into the life that you desire. It's like when you're in school, you take exams. You want to become a medical doctor, you're going to go to school, you're going to take exams. You take the exams in the first level, you pass them, you move to the next level, you start learning, more, intricate things about becoming a medical doctor. And then you pass that exam, you move forward, you start learning, even more intricate stuff. And then up until you get to your 6th year, until you get to your final year, and then you take your final exams. And believe me, I'm sure anybody who has gone to school would know that those final exams are always tougher than every other one you've taken. So as the closer you get to your goal, the closer you get to the life you're meant to live, the closer you get to your desires, the tougher your exams or your test will be, the tougher it looks like life is getting. We all walk around every day. We don't know what each and every one of us is going through, because everybody puts on their best side on their side. Social media doesn't even help it, because everybody comes on social media and we make it look like life is rosy all round. I put a reel out there and you're going to think that when I wake up in the morning to when I go to bed at night, I only see sunshine. No, I go through stuff too. In fact, right now, I'm going through stuff also. But the difference is I've learned to deal with them positively. I've learned to channel my pain. I've learned to deal with my issues. Do they get overwhelming? Yes, they still get overwhelming. Do I still get stressed? Yes, I still get stressed. Do I still get to a point where I don't know how to handle my situations anymore? I probably fall off the bandwagon and start looking for coping mechanisms. Yes, I do. But one of the things that I can tell you is I have learned some ways to find my way back to, keeping it up together and keep moving. Because one thing I tell myself every day is that life is beautiful. And another thing I tell myself every day is, if I had taken my life last year, all the beautiful things that have happened in my life between then and now, I would have missed out on it. Now, where I see myself going, I would have missed out on it. All the episodes of this show that I've done, that people have reached out to me in my DMs or in my mailbox to tell me how it has inspired or touched their lives, I wouldn't have done it. It means that I would have denied life the chance for me to make an impact. I would have denied myself the chance to see how much I could give back to the world. I could have denied myself the chance to even experience the life that I was given and the life I'm meant to experience. So suicide is never an option. When we come back, let's look at how you deal with these emotions, these negative emotions when they come. And if you have somebody around you, how you can help them. Welcome back. So you're out there, you're feeling depressed, maybe feel anxiety, your heart is heavy, you've had suicidal thoughts here and there. Speak to someone. Don't implode. Don't keep your emotions on the inside. Don't implode. Speak to somebody right now. It doesn't even have to be a professional. Speak to someone. Speak to a friend. Speak to a mentor. Speak to a family. Speak to somebody. Tell them what you're dealing with. Put those emotions out there. It's okay not to deal with everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help. And I think that's one of the things that we don't do. We never ask for help. We always think that, you know what, I can handle this. Okay, no, I don't want to bother somebody else. But put it out there. Sometimes I see on social media where people go and dump their emotions, about how they're feeling. Sometimes the undertone talks about them having suicidal thoughts. And you go into the comment section and you see so many people who do not even know them, encouraging them to hang on to life. And then you see other people who even push further to say somebody should check up on them, or, leaving numbers of, professionals they can talk to and all that. I've seen people come back from depression because they spoke out and people went out to help them and people reached out to help. So sometimes if you don't say what you're feeling, the next person doesn't know that you're going through it. So speak out, share your emotions, your worries, your anxieties, and then sometimes take some time out. The world is not going to end because you decided to take a break. Take a break from your life at times. So no matter what is happening, even if the world is coming to an end, take a break. You need to be able to give your mind, your emotions, your heart, your body time to rest and rejuvenate. Take a break. Sometimes when you just drive yourself too hard, emotionally, mentally, physically, the body breaks, the mind breaks, the heart breaks. So take some time off to take a break. And then be mindful, be present. Most times we live our lives fast-paced. We're not even thinking about this moment. We're thinking about tomorrow. We're thinking about yesterday, but we never spend time in the present. If we spend time in the present, one of the things that will happen is that you begin to understand the role gratitude plays in your life, because you become grateful for the moment you're in. The only reason we get anxious, the only reason we get depressed, the only reason we get upset, the only reason we want to give up is because we're thinking about tomorrow, the things we don't have yet, the things that we want that we cannot grasp yet. But think about the things that you have right now. Think about what is working right now. It might just be that you're in perfect health. It might just be that you live in a comfortable home. It might just be that you have family, you have kids, you have a husband, you have a partner, you have parents, and think about the fact that this thing you have, somebody else would do anything to have it. It might be that you have a good job. It might be that you're eloquent, or every organ of your body is functioning properly, or you see. Until you close your eyes for a while or for a whole day and see what a blind man goes through, you wouldn't understand or appreciate what you have, that your eyes are opened and you can see. And somebody else will give anything to be in your shoes. And that's the truth about life. Someone out there will give anything to be in the shoes that you are feeling is hell. And you see, most times, I was having a conversation with a friend recently, and she was saying something about the fact that when people come to her and lay their problems, in her head, she's thinking, if only this person knows that whatever she's going through is like 10% of what I'm dealing with. Like if I dumped what I was dealing with on her or on him, he wouldn't even be able to carry it. So it's important to be grateful for the present, what you have, that you're able to have breakfast. Some people want to eat, but no appetite. They can't even put food in their mouth. Some people want to sleep, they can't even find sleep. But you can actually lay your head down and sleep. So be grateful for the present, stay in the present, appreciate what you have now. Let the future take care of itself. Let the past go. And just focus on what is important. And then we live in a society that is so superficial and there's so much pressure. Don't let anybody put you under pressure. The truth is, if you drop dead today, the world will go on. So don't think that it's your responsibility to be there for everybody. Don't think it's your responsibility. It is not. What you can do, do it. Whatever you can do, be okay with it. Don't beat yourself up. And then don't let anything put you under pressure. Because pressure is one of the things that makes the mind break. And that is one of the things that we suffer in this society today, which is what is creating a lot of mental health issues. People are putting themselves under pressure. We're already under enough pressure with the economy, with the state of things, with the stuff that is going on around us. We're already under enough pressure, and we're finding ways to manage that pressure. Don't create self-imposed pressure by thinking that you have to do things a certain way, they have to be done now, or it's not going to happen. And then let people put you under pressure. Set healthy boundaries. Set boundaries. Say no when you need to say no and be okay with it. See people when you want to see people and be okay with it. If you don't think that you're in an emotional space to spend time with people, it's okay to say no. When you're in an emotional space to spend time with people, then do it. But whatever it is, do it because you want to do it, not because you're trying to please other people. Because those are some of the things that put pressure on us as people and start affecting our mental health. Now, if there's nothing you take away from this conversation today, take this. Life is beautiful. And on the other side of all the pain you're going through right now is a beautiful life waiting for you to grasp it. Only thing you need to do now is change your perspective towards your situation. People are going through worse things right now. You go on social media, you listen to the news, you see that you're lucky. You see that your life is really beautiful. You see that there's something to be thankful for. So when you get to feel those negative feelings, those emotions that make you drive you to suicidal thoughts, remember to start giving gratitude. Take a journal. Write the things that you're grateful for. I do that a lot. When I start feeling down, I start thinking about the things that I'm grateful for. Sometimes I go far back to when I was really young, things that would have happened to me that didn't happen to me, and I'm grateful that for some reason God stepped in and I'm still here today. So I'm grateful and I keep counting my blessings. By the time I'm halfway in, maybe 30 or 40 minutes in, I feel better. Now, some of the physical things you can do is spend time in nature. It's good for you. I take a walk when I feel down, and then I practice gratitude as I'm taking that walk. And by the time I'm back, it helps me to, get my mood my emotions in the right space. So it's important to know that you have to manage your emotions every day. Be aware of those emotions. Know when they come, why they come, and figure out how to manage the situations that bring those emotions. But above all, when it gets to a point you can't manage it, talk to someone. So if you need to talk to someone today and you don't know who to talk to, you can send me a mail on the email address scrolling on the screen right now, or DM me on any of my social media handles, and I'll be open to have a conversation with you. Now, that's all from me today, but remember, you're not here by mistake. You're here for a reason, and there's a purpose you're meant to fulfill walking this earth. Humanity needs you. We need you. That's why you're here. It's just time. You need to figure out what it is so you can step into that purpose and live this life that you were destined to live. Don't forget, life is beautiful, and I love you. Bye-bye.